Hi and welcome back after a hiatus away. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be back to 100% full tank, never. But I'm sitting around about 80% at the moment. Usually my best is 85, but 80% at the moment. Right, that's it. You've had a cuddle, enough now. Yeah, so back for a chat. I did put a post up on my Instagram asking if anybody wanted me to pop on today. One, Anne, bless her, she'll be here no doubt soon enough. Yeah, so I'll hang around for a little while, see if anyone turns up, talking back and Christmas advents today, and what I've been up to, really, which it is a lot when you think about it, but genuinely, I had 3 weeks where I only stepped in the studio one day a week, and that was to do the art bats for shop listings, even though I was away from like doing live chats and stuff like that. I never came in the studio. I backed away from it. I just couldn't stand the sight of it, which is not cool when it's your job. Yeah, it's been a really... Stop it now. No. No. It's been a really tough year for fibre, for small businesses this year. Obviously, it's tough for everybody else, but it's tough when you're trying to bring in a bit of income and really hard work, and you still got your bills to pay, you still got your website to pay, you still got your bookkeeping apps to pay for and everything else. So it's been a really tough year, and Phil changed jobs as well, so we've not had a full wage for, crikey, 2 months. So it's been one thing after another. My printer, I can't get a part for it, so I can't get it working. So the 3D printer, even though I've got bits and pieces on the shop, I haven't been able to get that going. So yeah, I go from happy cheery. I'm cheery most of the time, but it does get you down a little bit when you feel like you're working for nothing. Well, you are. You work for yourself. You work for yourself, love. You got no... You don't get paid an hourly wage for a salary. You're only earning what you make, or what you sell. So yeah, so it's been a really tough month. This summer's been the hardest summer I've ever had. A little bit... I know I'm getting a little bit thingy, but yeah, this summer since I started has been the worst summer I've had. Everyone's going away, obviously saved up since last year, and there's been no more lockdowns or anything like that. So yeah, so everyone's gone away for holidays, which meant that I've suffered a little bit, and there's quite a few other people that are friends of mine that are in the same industry. We've all struggling a lot. But yeah, we just plod on through. There's no point giving up yet. It's just a bad spell, that's all. It's just a bad spell. It's tiring because you just keep on plodding through and you're like, what's the point? What is the point? But there is point. There is a point at the end of it. But yeah. And no matter how many sales I've put on, it's not encouraged. Hi, Anne. Putting sales on and discount codes has not made a blind bit of difference to my sales income at all. I can honestly say, and that's why I've been putting on so many, I'm all right, sweetie. I've been putting on discount sales all through the month of July, and I can honestly say with my hand on my heart, out of every weekend that I did discount sales, over 15, some of them were 20%, I probably only had two people that actually took up the offers. So that's how I can afford to keep doing discount sales, because I'm not... because nobody's spending pennies, so I'm not losing anything. I get an extra couple of sales that I wouldn't have got maybe if I hadn't had a discount code on. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it's been bad for the people that I've been talking to, like through private chats and stuff. Definitely this year, for a lot of us, there's a couple that have only been doing it since lockdown, and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Just keep going. You just keep going. You will get deflated. You'll be fed up about it, and it will get you down. But you just have to keep going on. And I've been doing it for selling and doing what I do for about 6-7 years. So yeah, you just have to keep plodding through. You're gonna have the odd bad year. I'm lucky. Phil's got a wage coming in, so I can sort of pinch off of him now and again to pay for stock. But yeah, and it does get to you a little bit after a while. So I walked away from the studio for 3 weeks, and as I only walked in here on a Sunday to blend up fibres to list on the shop for the Monday. So yeah, that's the way it rolls, isn't it? That's the way it rolls. So my back's killing me. I've been blending again. Oh, my back's been killing me all week. I cut down my cherry tree last week. Yeah, give it a really good pruning. I've never given it. I've cut back a couple of branches and that over like every other year, but I've proper cropped it back to 4 main branches. So I did that. When did I do that? What day are we on now? I think I did that on Saturday morning, or it might even been Sunday. I don't know, but my back's telling me I've been doing it every day of the week. I could barely lift my arm up yesterday. I think it must have been Sunday. I could barely move my arm yesterday. It felt like somebody gave me 20,000 blinking dead arms. It was ridiculous. I could barely lift my arm up yesterday. My back's screaming at me. My fibro keeps cramping up. So I'm there with me blinking deep heat roller, trying to reach as far as I could. And I decided it'd be a good idea to put this dress on this morning. And it's a back zip. Oh God, the state I was in, I nearly gave up. But I thought, well, I've come this far. If I can't get into it and zip it up in the back. Hi, just back from the studio, moving big stuff moving big stuff into the studio. Now your back needs a rest too. What about a pop-up show at local guilds? They're not interested. They're not interested. They've got the wool clip, you see, and the wool clip sort of takes priority, those ladies. I've been in touch with them to see if I can sell at their place, which is just about 15-20 minutes drive further in on the other side of Ennerdale. And they're not interested because they're all like farmers' wives and stuff like that, and they do that for them, and fine. Let them do their own thing. So, no, and I couldn't do the wool pop-up show this year because Phil changed jobs and he's not accumulated enough time off yet for me to have been able to do that. So I hadn't paid Graham for the vend. I was going to pay him on the day because the situation had changed over. So no, I couldn't get to that. I tried the wool gathering and my application never went through. So that got never even got read. So I never got that neither. But then, to be fair, I do begrudge paying amount of money for these stands at these bigger shows. Yeah, I do begrudge it. What else? Yeah, Hilly's been in touch with me to ask if I could maybe do a workshop up in Inverness. So I have no idea to price that. And I don't know how I'm going to get up there, because if we all went, we would have to do an overnighter. So driving up, actually we'd have to do 2 nights, and I'd have to take the dogs with us if Phil was driving me up. So that's just not going to happen at all. Otherwise, it'd have to be me going up with 2 giant holdalls full of wool and fibres to do some demos in a workshop. And that'd be jumping on the train, trying to find a hotel near the train because I don't drive. And then, yeah, and then coming back down the road the next day. So I have no idea how to price it. I know exactly what I would do. It'd be like some sort of how to prepare your bats and spin them off to get different styles of yarns, which I'm sure these ladies at these guilds already know all this stuff anyway. But then I suppose at some guilds, you've got your traditionalists that just like to use just like the sheep, that the fleeces that they've bought through the year, wash them and spin with them. So yeah, it's something I have to think about and debate. It's transportation. I mean, it's simple enough getting up to Scotland, but once I get from here, I can go to Carlisle. But then from there, we'd probably have to go to Haymarket to get the train up to Inverness. Well, either way, I'd have to go from here to Carlisle, change train, or get the Carlisle... No, I would. I'd have to change train to Glasgow at Carlisle and then get the next train over, which would probably take me to Edinburgh anyway. And then over. So, yeah. It's... I don't know if it'd be worth my while, and the cost of the trains these days is not funny. I love a train journey. I love take a picnic on the train. Done it for years, donkey's years. I love going on the trains, but they've got to the point now you can't even afford them. They're ridiculously expensive. So, yeah, that's it. So, I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. But, I mean, generally, in this sort of business, you're usually looking at 10 years before you can either A, become a household name, or, luckily, for some people, they've got the financial backing to get into these shows really early on in their career before they've created their own niche, and they can build on that. I know a couple that have literally only started in the last 2, maybe 3 years, and they're already doing big not straightforward when you don't drive. No, it never is straightforward. You can, it's weird though, because you can get a train from when I lived in Motherwell, I could literally get a train from there all the way down to London, and only have to change once to get into Hampshire. Yet for me to get from here to Inverness, which is probably not even the same distance of travelling, I have to go up and around and then back up again. Hi, Aunt. All right. So you have a private conversation between each other. So yeah, it's not simple. And Cumbria is literally a one-man bandit county. You literally have one road in and one road out, and it's the A595. For me to get even just to drive directly from here to Kendal, it's quicker for me to go up to Penrith and drive down the motorway to get into Kendal than it is to drive directly through Cumbria to get to Kendal. It takes you an extra hour. It's ridiculous. One-man bandit country. Yeah. So what have I been doing? Oh, I've been knitting. I picked up my knitting needles again last week for the first time in a month. But I've been doodling. I've been doing Zen Doodles. This is Anne made me this book. Look. You'll have to do me another one. So I've been doing Zen Doodles. So it's dedicated just to me doodling. And I'll be sat there and I'll do little 15 minutes ones now and again in the evenings. There's another one. We're doing just a little bit of doodles. And where's my favourite one? Let's see if I can find it. Ah, this one. Little gnomes. So I've been doing doodles. I've been doing Zen Doodles now and again in the evening. These bloody dogs, they're eating teddy bears. So I've been doing that. And then I've picked up my knitting last week again, because I had hardly touched any of it. And I've got back to doing some of this. Which side's my pattern side? Yeah, the cable, the Celtic. Yeah, I was saving it for something I wanted to like sort of treasure. So I thought, well, a doodle book, I'll go and grab Anne's book up the stairs, because I can use, there's certain pictures that I can do where I use watercolours. So yeah, so I've been doing this, and it's on what is it? I think, oh, it's a tussar silk, isn't it? It's tussar silk and a merino base, which I hand dyed. Look at all those colours, all the autumnal colours in there. Yes, she's Bridie's closing down a shop next week. So yeah, she's going into doing a studio. I've seen pictures. It's in an old mill, isn't it, Bridie? It's in an old mill. So I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna invade Bridie's and David's with my overnight bag and a bottle of wine one weekend, and I'm going to escape from the house, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to do one of my live chats. If she don't know this yet, but she'll find out now. I'm going to go and do one of my live chats when she's got her studio set up. Yeah, an old cotton spinning mill. So yeah, she don't know this yet, but it's just been announced. Overnight bag, bottle of wine, and I'm going to do one of my live chats. You're going away then, Bridie? You're a cheeky bugger. Honestly, I'll remember that. I'll just go and use your studio when you're not there then. I can pick lock. Yeah, so this pattern is from Easter Krebs, or Siddy's Spin It. But I love you. You're a swine. You wouldn't do that to me. Honestly, she's a rotter, I tell you. So I'm doing this pattern. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can just make out the cable. So her shawl patterns, quite a few of them, you literally do a top down. So this is actually the top bit. You start down here and you work your way up. And then, honestly, she's saying watch me for those that are wondering where the chat is. Yeah, so you knit it from there and work your way up, and then when you get to the end row, the last row, Mark Jones, hi Joe, good timing, I'm having your lunch at work. Yeah, you'll have to let me know when you want some more locks dyed up. I've got plenty of time on my hands. I've finished all my Christmas advents. I just need to wrap them up now. So you do the knit, you start your edging from the top part, well, or the last row that you've knitted, and you cast on like 38 stitches and then you work your way around. It sounds complicated, but it's not really. So I've done that, and now that Christmas Advents are practically done, I promised Dan last week that I will get my loom warped up. So yeah, so I'll be doing that. More to come soon. Yeah, you've got your Christmas ones you need to do. I have to think of some colours. Yeah, so I promised Dan last week that I would get my weaving, my loom warped up. Hence the reason that I've made got on top of myself, and had over those couple of weeks actually got my Christmas stuff all sorted out. The braids and the silks and everything were all dyed months ago, so they're already done and in their little bags, because we've gone with these ones this year. I'll let you have a little sneak peek, because I do have one left on the website that I really love to get rid of. So I'll show you. They will be coming. Oh, will be coming in these bags this year. Every year's a different thing. Every year's a different thing. Last year it was hamper bags, they're all wrapped up with a big bow. But this year they're arriving with these little sacks with everything inside them. Like that. That's how they come this year. Hopefully once I do all the wrapping up, they'll actually fit inside the bag, otherwise I'm scuppered, aren't I? So yeah, that is how they're coming this year. All the gifts are all bought ages ago. These sweets and things like that I have to pick up, I have to grab them as time goes on. For overseas orders I don't send. Might need to treat myself, I think I'll deserve it by then. I think you do, Bridie. I think you definitely do deserve it. It's sat there, it's waiting. I've just got to wrap them up. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I've been blending this morning. Sneak peek. I'm not going to open it up so you can see it, but you can see it's a rolled up mini. So we've got, let me see. I'm all, because obviously it's Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Have I got my piece of paper with me notes on it? I bet I can't find it. So you've got colours, like, I can't see it anywhere. You've got colours, it starts at yellow and gold and green and red and scarlet and burgundy, not burgundy, violet and blue and brown and fawn. Let's say yellow, gold and silver and all those sort of colours. So I've gone with those, and some of them I've got a couple of the colours in from the Dreamcoat song. I've just got to type up the information and where the thoughts come from, like I did last year for the Christmas Advents, and then each day's individually ingredients, so you know what it is that you've got. But yeah, this one is purple. You can't see because it's not been undone, but this one's purple, golden brown, and inside each one, now I've put on the website mini bats, but for anybody that's never got my adverts before, they are genuine mini art bats, okay? And they get blended twice. They get blended twice, they go into one giant big bat, and then they get divided up into 24 mini bats, okay? So they do get blended twice. And then inside this one, you've got a dark grey merino with purple, teals and blues with raspberry. Just a hint of raspberry, mulberry silk, tussar silk, Angelina, sari silk, and I've got stellina in it as well. So there you go. So that's purple, gold and blue. So the gold's obviously from the Angelina and stellina. So that's one of them. Do you want to see another one? Do you want a quick sneak at another one? Let me see if I can find one of the ones I like. Oh. Is it this one? Right. This one. Okay. So I would say at least 85% of each of these mats are all hand-dyed wools, okay? But in this one, it comes with pink, blue and lemon, because that's in the song. Merino, hand-dyed corridel, hand-dyed tussar silk, sari silk noil and sea cell. So that is in that one. That's it. That's all you're getting to see. That's all I'm showing you. I'm not showing you what they look like once they all like get proper colour. I've got to unroll them and then roll them up into little mini bats. Yeah. So yeah, there's red, gold, scarlet, green, brown, ochre is another one, olive, lilac. So I've used all those colours in the full collection, plus there's mini braids, and I've dyed up a tuss of silk, pearl fibre and rose fibre are 3 mini braids that will be included in there. But I can tell you what's in them, but I'm not showing you what colours I dyed them, okay? So yeah, they're all done. I just need to start Operation Wrap It All. And then do my video. I'm still debating whether to do Vlogmas. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to do Vlogmas, but it takes ages to do it all and get it sorted out, and I don't know if I've got the energy or the inclination to do it. I've just printed off, to go in the Christmas Advents as well, a knitting pattern, a crochet pattern, and a felting pattern for the felters that don't do knitting or crochet. So yeah, I've done those. They've been printed off. I've been doing that for 2 days, printing them off. So I don't know whether to do a demo style like I did not last year, the year before, or just to do another package video. I think I might do a demo, but because I can always film it the day before, so if I have any problems with the internet, then I can always upload them the day before. Stop licking your foot, it'll fall off. I'm talking to the dog, by the way. Yeah, so if I've had one saying that they like my Vlogmas when I do them, so if you want me to do another 24 days Vlogmas for Christmas, let me know. And all I've got to really do now, once these are all done and wrapped, is sew up the WoolieCottage item, get them cut out and sewn up. So they've got to get done. And what's the other thing I've got to do? Oh, the Christmas Day bats, the 100-gram bats. I've got to do those. So I've been thinking up the colours. I'm not going to do the multicoloured like as you would expect me to do for 100-gram bats. I'm just going to... Shh, Joe. So yeah, so I'm mulling over the colours for those because I've got most of it dyed up. Do demo videos. Do what, like not last year, because last year was just packaging, but the year before when Phil did his voiceovers. Yeah, but I won't do voiceovers this time. I might just chat all the way through them, maybe. So yeah, I've got a couple of wet felting printables that I got from, what are they called again? Let me see. From Living Felts. They're on YouTube, but you can download free printable DPD PDF files, free ones, with full photographs and everything else, and links into, you could probably find them on the YouTube channel as well. So I might do a couple of those. It's lovely watching me spinning. Oh, felting would be good. Yeah, so I think the other year there, I will put, when this video uploads, probably tomorrow, I will find the link for the Christmas Advents for last year and the Christmas Advent for the year before. Because the year before I did wet felted mittens. Yeah, I did do wet felted mittens last year. Not last year, the year before. And I did some really silly garlands. But I've actually found I've got a PDF file for doing a nice love heart garlands with felted balls. And that's wet felting as well, I think. So I might do a couple of those and do something a little bit different. And then maybe in between include my live chat as part of the Christmas Advents. And each day I can open up what I've got or save a couple for the live chat and open them up on the day. So yeah, that's where my head's at that. And I've already decided what next Easter and next Christmas colours are. I've already done them. They're sorted a year in advance. So yeah, I've already sorted them out. So I've just been, I've been labelling up my art bats. Look at these. So I have to label them before I put them on the shelf, before I forget what it is that I've got. And then I think I've sold it. And then 3 months later, I'm looking at his back, giving it, what are you? Who are you? I can't find you. And then find that I've actually not sold it on the website, but it's been said as, you've sold me. I'm like, I haven't sold you at all. Look at this. Ooh. Yeah, this one is one of my new ones. It is, oh no, yeah, it is Happy Teal. We're sorting through some bats and colour coordinating them and stuff like that. Opening up this fun. Oh, still arguing. It's funny watching dogs argue because they don't make no actual noise. You'd expect them to. Yeah, they're flaming arguing. They're always arguing and bickering these days. Stop it. This one's called Fizz. This is the one I've just put on the website this morning. Well, I forgot to release them yesterday because I had them hidden on the shop. But look at that. Yeah, Fizz. Fizz has got 21 micron count merino with soya between layers of mixed merino, tencel and sari silk and a stellina blend and bamboo and hand-dyed viscose llama and wool in there. No glitter for the change. Oh no, there's a tiny bit of stellina, but not much to say that's just too much. So yeah, I've been doing them. I'm sorting out stuff for other things. So if I don't sell these on the website, then I've got plans for them, you see. I'm playing with colours this morning. This one's a new one. This is called Amber Spice. And you genuinely, it is the most gorgeous colours. It looks like it's really quite dusky, but I've added, it was a stellina blend with it like a natural grey merino in it. So it gives you that dusky look, but it's not. It's really quite vibrant in there. There's like ambers and there's a touch of moss green in there, and you've got this terracotta red colour. So yeah, there's that one. That's pretty. And I think I say my favourite this week. It's not my favourite this week. That one over there is my favourite one this week. I like this one. This one's called Jura. And look, even colour coordinated bags. Colour coordinated bags. I think it was Anne, when Anne put an order in the other month there, and I'm sure you mentioned about my colour coordinated bags. That one there. It looks like it's really, really neppy. It's not. It's recycled denim noil that's in there. Massive bag, goes forever in it. For absolutely forever in there. And that one is it's a double carded, so it's gone through the carder twice. And it's got Shetland, it's a dash of Shetland Moorit with mulberry silk blend. 100% recycled denim noil, pineapple viscose and sea cell that have all been hand dyed, and mulberry silk between layers of superwash merino nylon. So that's a nice one. Though you couldn't weave with it because there's about superwash merino nylon, I would say, is probably, actually you might get away with it. You might get away with it. There's only about 60-70 grams, maybe a little bit more, of the superwash merino in there, and it's got normal merino in it as well. So you might get away with weaving with it. Jura looks so nice. Yeah, I love those colours, those like really coastal colours. This one's my favourite. I found some Blueface Leicester that died up a while ago. This one I've called Spring Blossom, and I know it's a little bit preemptive. We haven't even got to winter yet. I feel like Home Bargains with their Christmas stock out in the middle of August. But I'll tell you now, and I know this for a fact, Home Bargains have had their Christmas stock in the back of the warehouse since June. So they must buy it in bulk order the year before, so they've got it in time. This one is Blueface Leicester with trilobal blended through it in a soft mossy green with hints of green hues in peach and yellow with a mix of hand-dyed mulberry silk, pineapple soya and tussar silk fibres with a natural 18 micron count merino and a dash of hand-dyed faux cashmere mohair tencel blend. So I like this one. It's a bit more greener than it's showing up on here. Yeah, that one. It's got hints of purple in there. It's got touches of peach. It's got little dashes of yellow through it. And then bits of mint. And the odd little bit of blue. And it just made me think of spring. when I did it. But that's a really nice one. That's really nice. And then obviously you've got your purple lovers. So the purple ones. This one has got 23 micron merino with mulberry silk noil and nettle fibre, twisted silk, wool neps, also hand dyed, blended with Angelina and merino and stellina. So all those fibres have all been hand dyed by me. Top tip, if you're ever, there we go, that one, look at that. There's loads of shades and colours, and then you've got that brilliant bright purple Angelina in there. And then you've got the mulberry noil, which is these bits, and they practically break up. It looks like it'd be really flumpy, like a tweedy nep, but it's not. They break up really lovely, and they'll quite happily sit in the wool. Yeah, so that one's quite sweet. So I've pulled them out because I'll be getting ready to do the next phase of Back to Basics, which I'm going to be starting filming hopefully in the next couple of days. I'm going to sort of coincide it so that I'm blending bats for the shop, and then I can put them on the shop at the same time. Thank you, Mark. So I can put them when the video gets released, they'll already be on the website for selling, because there's no point me doing something. You fuck off, dog. Yeah, there's no point me doing something and not putting it on the website. So I've grabbed them so I can show people what things can look like potentially. So like you've got your gradients, you've got your ombre, you've got your kaleidoscope bats, you've got your bats if you want to do fractal spinning, which is your gradients, your striping bats, and then obviously how I'm really not in. Scardy, stop being a menace. I've said hello. She keeps hitting me. There's a big size 9 paws, and then you've got to stroke the other one, and then you've got to stroke the other one, and then she takes over, and before you know it, they both turn around, and I end up with like my arms out like this, scratching bums. No. Right, down now. You've had attention. Go and be a good girl. Stop it. Stop. No. No. Just need to win the lottery. I know, I'm exactly the same. You've got yourself caught on my cardigan. Stop it. I've got tights on. If she ruins my snag-proof tights, I'll flaming thump her. You can't get woolly tights. I have looked everywhere, all over Cumbria, looking for woolly tights. And I can't get them. Stop it. No, enough. Leave me alone. Stop picking on me. Yeah, I can't find woolly tights. I'm mortified. I love my woolly tights. You know, the cable knit woolly tights that you can get, the old-fashioned ones. And I don't want them in black. I want different colours of them. I want different coloured tights. Stop licking. This is all you ever hear out of me in this house. Is leave me alone. Stop jumping at me. You're going to kill me. Stop licking. And no, I don't want to rub your bum. That's all you ever hear in this house. Honestly. Ah. I would rather have my kids screaming at me, Mum, can I have some money? Be in touch with me at the end of the week. Back to work for now. Take care. And you, Mark, you be good. Stay safe. And if you can't, just don't get caught. Don't get caught getting into mischief. Yeah, so that's about it. That's what I've been up to. So anybody got any questions they want to throw at me? We'll make this into a little bit of a Q&A. Or, I don't know, something. Just throw some questions at me. Anything goes. It can be my opinions, because I won't be short and coming forwards, I'll tell you that. Or things you would like me to do, get on the website. I've tried loads of different bits and pieces that have been suggested, like the sock heel sets. I did them, I trialed them for a little while. I might do a couple again, because I do still have some bio nylon out. Up on the shelves, but they weren't the best of sellers. I sold a couple. As I say, I might do some more, because it's getting to that time of year where people will be starting to look for the fluff rescues. I haven't made one of them for a little while, so maybe I need to put one of those together and put a video on. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, it's obviously to get to the other side, but go on. So yeah, so I think I might do a couple of them again, because I haven't done any for a while. Blend sets, they do okay. They sell in spurts, the blend sets. Yeah, I've got a couple left up there. Some of these bats were recycled out of blend sets, the ones that hadn't sold. So yeah, and they've been on the shelf for a little while, so they've been recycled, and I've took out all the extra bits and added them back in my cupboard again. So I might make a couple of blend sets up next week out of the rovings I've got listed, because I've got 200 grams of quite a few of them. So I might do 100 gram bats and then 100 gram ish just over, and then do a blend set that matches it. Yeah, I know. Well, why did the kids... Yeah, that is a question, but it's a joke as well. Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Because there was food over there, if it's anything to do with my chickens. So, yeah, blend sets, I'll do a couple of them next week. I don't think... I'll do some bats to go with them, but I'm not going to go and make big bats like I would normally do. What else? Batty clubs, back out doing them again, and the themes changed to coastal colours of the world. I'll post a picture up tomorrow. Bridie, I'm going to have to look up the drop spindle again. The drop spindle, again, really? Do you want me to pop them? I'll find it for you, and I'll pop the link over to you on your Instagram page. But why, have you still given up on the drop spindle? To be fair, I don't even have my black one anymore. I gifted it. I gifted my black one. I had a lady turn up from France. Originally, okay, chicken or egg first. I would say the chicken, because who's going to lay the egg? And an egg can't just appear out of itself. Or it could have been, if you want to go down the theological side, right? It could have been a dodgy egg that never looked like its parent. Like the ugly duckling that turned into a swan. It could have been something else that thought, why are my eggs really hurting when I'm having it? This shouldn't be this hard. Yes, really, I haven't had time to practice. Well, you'll have time now to practice. Didn't realise it was gin o'clock again. No, that's not gin. That's apple juice and lemonade. Yeah, so I have this theory, right? So you've got to either have the animal first, because it evolves like we do. We've evolved from, obviously, the ape species. I'm not going to go down the technical names for them, but we've gone from the hominoid into what we are now. So for us to have evolved from that, will you leave me alone? For us to evolve from that, each time we were born and we're evolving, we look slightly different from our parents. So I would say that it's got to be the chicken first and then the egg. And alcohol-free beer for me. You've set her off now. Yeah, so that's my theory on it. We evolve the chicken first. The egg comes afterwards, because how the heck is this evolved chicken going to actually lay an egg if it's only the egg that's there? Because nobody's going to sit on it to keep it warm. Come on then, ask me another theological question. I do love theology. Something really, really mad. Let's see what I'll come out with next. I know, blame me, broad shoulders. I do know a random fact. A random fact is one of my favourite facts. You could actually commit murder intentionally with somebody that has a nut allergy via sex. Don't be stupid, Joe. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There was a bonkers case back in the 90s of two teenagers. And the lad didn't know that his girlfriend was allergic to Brazil nuts. Okay? He ate Brazil nuts before they went to go and have underage sex, probably. Okay? And not protected. And she ended up in a coma from a nut allergy because it was transferred via seminal fluid. There you go. Random fact. And it's true. You can go and Google it if you don't believe me. Scardy, stop being annoying. Yeah, you can go Google it if you don't believe me. I've got loads of random trivia facts. Brilliant in a pub quiz. Useless for any other time because it's not going to help anybody. It's not going to save anybody if you're knocked down in the middle of the street. I'll just ask them if you've got matching underwear on, because there's nothing worse than being picked up by the ambulance and having nothing matches and your underwear's dirty from 2 days ago because your washing machine's run out. Any other questions? Come on, I've got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes for verbal abuse. I'm trying to think of any other random facts that I know. Nothing's popping in my head at the moment. You believe me? You can Google it. It is there. But I actually wet myself laughing when I read it in the paper. And obviously it wasn't funny for these two. But I thought it was hilarious. So it's one of those little random facts I always keep in the side of my head. You know, for those moments of wanting to look clever. Doesn't work. Honestly, it doesn't work. Never works. So what am I going up to today? I've printed off the patterns. I've got to go and Polly Pocket all these lot. So I might have to pop into B&M's to go and get some Polly Pockets, because I don't think I've got enough. And I've got, what else have I got to do? I've got to start wrapping all this stuff up. So I won't film wrapping them up. I just need to take photographs for each day. That I can do, because I can save them on Google before my phone has a dicky fit again. Yeah, so right, that's fine. So demo and chat for Vlogmas this year. Am I planning on dyeing any flowers for next year? Recommendations. Dahlias. I'm going to go up and have a word with my neighbour. I haven't gone up yet. I've just been out and got a load of seed heads off a plant out the front garden. Was it called? Is it a lavia or a latza or lavatavia? It's a gorgeous white flower. It looks a little, the head of the flower looks a little bit like a morning glory, but it's not. It's a big tall stem thing, and they get so tall and leggy that they start to fall forward. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, I've got these for Julie up the street, and she's got loads and loads of different types of dahlias up in her garden. And I know that dahlia petals are actually a dye pigment and not a fugitive, right? So I'm hoping, so if you're going to dye with dahlias, you want to get, so I will be doing some more natural dyeing throughout the next 3 months, just to give me a break from doing back to basics. I might end up being that I do 2 back to basics a month instead of my usual sort of 3-ish, just to give myself a little break. Or if I'm not in the mood for doing a live chat, I might throw in a natural dyeing video instead and just have that stuck to one side. Because it's getting to that time of year, if anyone's got fibro, you start to get really grotty, really annoyed, and really flipping sore. Because where I am, obviously, Bridie knows, she's been here, when the September tides will be coming in soon, and we're already sitting, it's supposed to be 16, 17 degrees out there, but we've got a northwesterly wind that brings the chill factor down to 11. So it gets really, really cold here, so I have to keep wrapped up, and it generally means sitting in front of the fire and not wanting to leave it. So yeah, dahlias. So I will be doing dahlias if I can go and pinch the heads off of poor Julie's flowers, go and raid her garden. So yeah, you want to use the petals. Now when you're dyeing with them, you don't want to go with the whites and yellows ones that you might have in the garden, or the oranges. Don't go for those. Go for the, I'm drying all the flower heads to chuck on your paintings. You can dry them up in a dehydrator, and then get the fixatives to make paint. Roll Coastal Winds, Bridie, I know, it's awful. But as long as I keep a long coat on, because if I get a draft up my kilt, my back's gone on me, honestly. So, yeah. So, dahlias, again, right. Dahlias you want pinks and reds. The darker the pinky reddy colour, the better, because you get a stronger pigment out of them. And I would definitely grab yourself a couple of net bags next time you're in the supermarket. You know those ones that they get, or even save my Hessian bags, my organza bags. They'll work because they're perfect. And I'm definitely going to do that thing again. Once I've done the dye stock for, or whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm going to save all of it in an organza bag once I've sieved it out, and plop it back in the pot again, with the hopes that if I've missed any extraction, I can get more. Especially if I'm going to do 2 different types of dyeing, whether I use an iron mordant, which I've got nails in a jar of water, so they're already sit there processing anyway, so I can get a couple of months worth. This message is held for review. View message. Who's been naughty? Put your knickers on when you're wearing your kilt then. You've just got a highlighted message withdraw. Put my knickers on. Yes, I know. When I'm a kilt, I know. So yeah, where was that? Yeah, so the darker the petals on them, the better the colour. As I say, I'm putting them in veggie bags and then hopefully keeping them so I can try and get a bit more pigment out of there, just to see what happens. What else? What else can you use? Well, there's heather where I live and gorse, but gorse is not time for gorse bushes yet, and that's another one. Gorse bush, you can actually, the flowers, they're not so much edible. They are edible, but you can make cough syrups with them and cordial with it, and you can add it to rum. Anybody out there that likes white rum? Save all the flowers, not the green bits, just the flowers off a gorse, and put them in a jar, lots of sugar, and then rum on the top of it, and then let them sit there and saturate. Every day give it a swish and leave it for a fair while, and you'll taste coconut and honey in with your rum. There you go. There's a random fact. Yeah, gorse tastes like gorse flowers. The yellow, bright yellowy, sort of greeny coloured. They look like the flowers, ham and eggs. You know, the wildflowers you get growing on the ground. They look a little bit like them to me. So you can actually dye with, I think you can dye with the stems, but you can also dye with the flowers. So I'll be trying that. Heather, I need to get up the back and go and try, see if I can find a good couple of 100 grams of heather. If anybody wants me to grab some for them and put them aside until you put an order in, because you can't get heather where you live, let me know. And if I can get some, they say roughly about 200 grams of heather, either flowers or the stem. So I will, I think the flowers on their own, that's a heck of a lot, 200 grams, trying to get those little tiny flowers off them. So I think it might be a stem and flowers dye session for those. I'll have to order in some different types of mordants to work with to get different colours. I'm trying to think, what else can you do? I don't eat avocados, you say, otherwise I'd have a go at avocados. Maybe we'll see what Christmas brings, and if I get any nuts in, I'll make a point of just getting walnuts. But it'll be there forever with an hammer trying to get all those shells. Could do walnut shells. Onion skins. Probably one of the easiest things to do, and you can do it with or without a mordant when you're doing onion skins. Best thing to do every time you cook up, do your onions, put them in a veggie bag and let them dry out. And then collect them, and the more onion skins you get, the stronger the pigment's going to be. I have known of somebody dyeing with red rose petals. I've only got pink and peach and creamy yellow ones outside, but I have seen that being done before. So that might be worth a try if anybody wants to give it an experiment, but I don't know whether they're fugitive or if they're a dye. I don't know if they're a stain or a dye. So yeah, because I got a proper good rollicking off one of the Facebook pages for being so pathetic and posting my pictures of my bramble bat the other week. 3 or 4 people had a right good go at me. So yeah, so I came off and blocked them, and then I wrote a message or a complaint to the admin. First time I've been on this group for about 3-4 years, and it was the first time I ever posted anything that I'd actually done, and I got proper slated. I'm like, right, yeah, you're not my type of people. So yeah, I think that's it. So no more questions. I think next time I do a live chat, definitely do a Q&A. So I will see, and I will put posts up on my Instagram over the next couple of weeks. If you've got any questions you want to ask me, or information that you want me to sort of look up for you, things that I don't always spring to mind, let me know in the comments below this, and let me know on my Instagram, and I will write up Q&A questions, and I could probably go through them on a live chat. Some of it might be funny. Who knows? Why not? Anyway, if you make an order this week on the website, if you add, type in at checkout, if you're in the UK, free post in capital letters, you will get free post, regardless of what your order is, okay? And every order this week is getting 50 grams of my locks put in there for free. So just a little bit of thank you for continued support from the customers. So yeah, it'll be either Wensleydales or Blueface Leicester or Cotswold BFL, whatever comes to hand out of my box, because I've got a massive box down there full of locks that I need to sort through or get rid of. They've been there for ages. So yeah, so free post in capital letters on the website, and you can use that on there until Monday next week, and it will just for the UK only. And yeah, in each order for the next fortnight, actually 50 grams of locks will be put into your order as a thank you freebie. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to get myself sorted out. I want to hijack Phil when he gets back in from work and go into town. So take care of yourselves, be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught. Just phone a friend, somebody be there and they can help you out. Take care. Bye.